Thank you for coming on this platform. We're looking at issues surrounding the development immediately after 2nd December, where there was a declaration in Finland. Since that time, a certain woman, Dr. Ngozi Urabeze, emerged as the chief of staff. And subsequently, we're seeing he's maybe trying to push for the position as a prime minister. You know, a lot of controversy over the absence of Simon Ekpa. What is really the position currently now as somebody who has been following the trend?
Thank you very much. And I think what is going on in the Biafra Republic government in exile right now is beginning to expose the weaknesses in the leadership structure that maybe Simon Ekpa laid down. Because as it stands today, what we are seeing is there is no gender equality. Because as it stands today, Dr. Urabeze, which happens to be a woman, is being castigated by only male. And of course, I have seen some women trying to rise up within the cabinet, querying them that why are you so against a woman leading the cause? Because the likes of Sami Akparawa, right? Chiamaka, these are all men, the finance minister, all of them are now conniving, right? Trying to topple this woman who was rightfully chosen by Simon Ekpa. And I am begging for that question that if Simon Ekpa had dropped one of them, right, and they were equally doing all this initiative she's doing, because Simon Ekpa actually said that immediately after the declaration, that team will be dissolved so that we can now have a new team for the new state who will now further the diplomacy. And this woman is following those instructions to the latter. She's not going out of that. She's doing everything. However, the finance minister is finding it difficult to listen to the instructions of this lady. There's what we call, I think their masculinity is coming into play. So they don't want to respect her as a woman. They don't want to respect Dr. Ngozi as a leader. They see her as a lesser person. That how is it possible for you to bring a woman from Texas to come and lord over us? It is impossible. And I don't blame them, because this is the same thing that happens in Nigeria. A woman in Adamawa State, right? This woman was supposed to win the election. But we saw how they use their culture and tradition to say that it is un-African. It is not African for a woman to lead men. And until we understand that this Biafra struggle is a total separation from that primordial sentiment, those archaic mentality, that is a system, a government that portrays new development in Africa. This is a country that wants to teach the remaining African countries how things have been done. Look at in Namibia today, we have a woman president. In Syria alone, so many years ago, we had a woman president. So what is the problem? Because I know that the growth they have with that woman is because she's a woman. It is not her style of leadership, because she's transparent. She's communicating with the people who believe in this cause. She's doing everything possible to ensure that there is law and order, right? She said that the person that calls himself a finance minister is not listening to my command and instructions. And everybody saw when Simon Ekpa laid her down as the chief of staff, which by extension, she is the one that will always be what? I mean, who also take the role whenever Simon Ekpa is is not available, right? You cannot go and take the finance minister. No. So why she's being the interim prime minister, they can at least what Akparawa and his fellow people, Sonny and Co, Chiamaka, what they should have done is play along. Then when they now have an internal election within the cabinet, maybe after a period of 6 months or 1 year, then the Biafra people who had this referendum will come and vote. Is that not how it should have been done? Are they not supposed to do that? But instead, they are planning a coup. I think they are planning a coup to hoist this woman, Akparawa, Chiamaka, all these guys, and a guy called Ross, who calls himself the commander of BLA. these are the people who are all planning a coup to oust this woman because of personal gain.
Okay, are you suspecting any form of infiltration?
I think there's a propaganda going on because it is clear now the Biafran Republic must with serious aggression accelerate their diplomacy with all countries. And Dr. Ngozi Arabweze has said that they have an ally in the Nigerian government wherein they can be able to strike a deal. But you know what this Akparawa and Co are now pushing? They are saying that she is working for the PDP and the Nigerian government. I think that is very petty. It is a cheap blackmail. Because whether you like it or not, Biafra will still have some diplomatic relationship with Nigeria. You will not extricate or terminate your total relationship with Nigeria if eventually Biafra is restored today. They are not going to say they don't see Nigeria as a country, right? Nigeria will still be an alliance in African Union, and these are the steps Dr. Ngozi, the COS, is taking. That as of today, she came out because she was transparent, and I think that is their problem because she's too open. She said that, my people, we have an insider in the Nigerian government who is helping us push this thing, right, for diplomacy so that we can deepen our diplomacy. She also said that they now have alliance in the House of Congress in America. She also said that they have an alliance in United Kingdom. She said that they have an alliance in Finland. They have no issue with all that, but they have an issue with the Nigerian alliance. They are saying that no, that she is being pushed. In fact, they are not saying that she is working for the Nigerian government. How can you say that a woman who, despite the absence of Simon Ekpa, ensured that Biafran convention in Finland was successful? This was a woman who led an open protest, right? Do you know how many rumors were flying around that they will arrest her, they will not allow her to leave Finland, that she will be incarcerated? Despite all these threats, she still went. She still went there and she led everything. After the convention, she visited Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa gave her instructions and she's implementing it. But the finance minister, because they want to corner all the money, and because they see her as a lesser leader, because she's a woman. I don't know if there's a tradition in the Igbo land where a woman cannot have a say in leadership.
Yes, thank you for that in-depth analysis to, of course, to our listeners, our reviewers all over the world. But let me just take you on another angle. Ngozi, from your look of things, is she prepared to hold brief for Simon Ekpa?
Of course, she has been working with Simon Ekpa for not less than 2 years. This is a woman who understands the nitty-gritty of how to control and command the Biafran government in exile. Now, what experience does she need? I think what she lacks is just the legitimacy, because she doesn't have a third leg, because she doesn't bear the gender called male. I think that's the only legitimacy she lacks. Other than that, she commands respect. To some certain level. She speaks well. And she's not trying to be an authoritarian. She's not trying to be tyrannical.
We learned that she's the brain behind, high level of, lobbyist agencies around the world, top lobbyists who are already picking up Biafra.
Let me remind you that she was the lead delegate that took the Biafra gospel to South Korea. On several occasions, she has always been the arrowhead when it comes to seeking for alliances. She went to South Korea. When South Korea was having that leadership, they were having programs with all countries all over the world. She went there as a Biafran woman, a woman of steel. She was there. Simon Ekpa himself was very proud of her. Simon Ekpa kept posting and updating what was happening. Right? She has gone times that number to America to see the House of Congress lobbyists. She has signed so many deals to advance the progress of this agitation. It is unfortunate for me to see that some men, because of their greediness, and I don't know why this has to always be about men. Let me tell you, in the global economies, you will see that men have always brought agitations down because of greed than women. I will tell you, if I am to choose a leader, I will choose her, because I will categorically tell you that a woman will not use her own greed to destroy that agitation, because she doesn't have the heart. But a man can decide to take 1 billion and tear this. A woman would hardly do that. She's a Christian. This is a woman who believes in Christ. She's a woman who believes in the cause of the agitation. This is a woman who has given her all. This is a woman that she's even risking a very flourishing career. Do you know she's a well-to-do nurse in America? She doesn't give a damn about all this. All these other guys that are rubbishing her, show me what their achievements are. The likes of Sami Akpalawa, Chiamaka, what are their achievements? If not because of Biafra, what did they achieve? So I think this is just an agenda that is clearly showing that there is no gender equality, and I'm highly disappointed.
Yes, and another factor, reviewed by someone who is closely monitoring and reporting the Biafra activities all over the world, and especially in Finland. Now, look at Alexander Stubb, the Prime Minister, the President of Finland. It is being believed that apart from the date given, that the ICC, that the UN, that some other delegates are already warming up, including Simon Ekpa's lawyer. How do you, because we learned that some are saying that Simon Ekpa is in the custody for security reasons and intelligence reasons. He was being kept somewhere just to watch developments as they unfold. How do you balance these two things now?
Let me tell you, the Finland as a country that respects the rule of law has made it known that the case of Simon Ekpa will be ironed out in a shortest of time. We understand that Kole Musa has been gallivanting and jubilating that they have an hand in it's a lie. They don't have any single hand in the current investigation going on with Simon Ekpa. What they have done simply is to push illegal money into the account of Biafra, and that was what raised an eyebrow. And this is why they are calling Simon Ekpa up for investigation. Is it true you are what? Pushing for terrorism? And he has so many videos, so many video evidences on how the Biafrans are being maltreated in the southeast. Now the question is Nigeria ready to face the fight Biafra is bringing to them in the International Criminal Court of Justice? Because what is going on is now the hunter will now become the hunted, because now the bushmeat has grabbed the gun. It's as simple as that. Simon Ekpa was shown just 2 days ago while he was in the place of investigation. He raised his hand like, you guys should fight on. I don't know if you saw the picture. He was well kitted and well dressed. It doesn't look like someone who has been, and that is one of the things. Because if Simon Ekpa was in Nigeria, they would have maybe scraped his head, give him some marks,
give him the treatment.
You see that it wasn't even in handcuffs. Nigeria is a place whereby just for defamation, you are being criminalized, demonized, and meanwhile, the likes of Yayas, who have stolen billions, the likes of Malamis, who have stolen trillions, are there just, parading. It's unfortunate. So is Nigeria ready to face, are they ready to face and fight the truth sayer? Because I understand that what is backing and pushing the agitation of Biafra is nothing but the truth. Because let me tell you, majority of Nigerians today are saying that for Nigeria to move forward, it has to break. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Niyi, for coming on this platform. And it's one of the things we keep on sharing on this platform. Keep a date with us while we keep give you updates on the next appearance of Simon Ekpa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.